Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Dan Azeez kind of gets out of jail really with a draw against a Croatian guy, 38-year-old guy from Zagreb in Croatia. His name is Hrvoje Sep. Hrvoje Sep, I believe is how you pronounce it. I know nothing about this guy. I had a look on BoxRec before the fight. I saw that he had 12 wins and 2 defeats. The defeats are on points. They were to Ricards Bolotniks, who's a decent European level fighter. And then in his last fight, he lost a fight over in Spain to a journeyman, a majority 8-round decision. So you could be forgiven for thinking, okay, this is a little 8-round workout for Azeez. Azeez was coming off the points decision defeat to Joshua Buatsi. That was for the British and Commonwealth titles. But there was something about Azeez before the fight. He was interviewed and he was smiling and he was saying, "Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. You know, it's at Crystal Palace out in the open." This was on Sky TV. It was part of the Boxer show, the Chris Billam-Smith, Richard Riakporhe WBO title fight. And, I can get my fight out of the way, and then I'll do a bit of commentary duties, and, I'll enjoy the fight, sit down and watch the fights. I'm thinking to myself when I'm watching this interview, you've got a job to do, mate, against a guy who, for all you know, is coming over here with a lot of ambition. And sure enough, Hrvoje Sep, I'm probably mispronouncing the name, but, dumb Englishman, what can I say? He came with a lot of ambition, and it was, from the word go, you could see that he'd come to win. So Mr. Sep, like I say, he's 38 years old. Azeez is 34, so neither of these were spring chickens. And this is at the 175 limit, the light heavyweight limit. Their styles were very, very similar. I'd say Azeez was probably a bit more refined, but Sep was outworking Azeez. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Sep was sort of, it's almost like he thought, okay, I'm going to lock horns with this guy and I'm just going to bang away. And he had a very good left hook, Sep did. The commentary team was saying, when he's pushed back, he doesn't work too well. Azeez has got to push him back. But you could say the same thing about Azeez. He don't really like it on the back foot either. And Sep was really threatening to sort of outwork and outmaul and Azeez, and he kind of looked like he wanted it more, or perhaps that he'd prepared for more, because Azeez at times was looking too much for one punch. Buddy McGirt in his corner was screaming blue murder at him, saying, "No, you're landing one punch, then you're admiring your work." I think that was absolutely accurate, because Sep wasn't at any point rattled by what Azeez was throwing. Neither was Azeez bothered by Sep, but it was this phone booth warfare sort of thing. Azeez has got 13 KOs in 20 wins, but you wouldn't mistake him for being a one-punch banger. Sep's got 9 KOs in 12 wins, but very, very low opposition, but he really looked as if his attitude was, look, this is my last chance. I've come to this on this big stage. It's on British TV. I'm in against a guy who's only been beaten once. I'm going to take this guy. This is going to be my moment. And it so nearly was, because by the end of the fight, I mean, with 3 rounds to go, I'm thinking Sep's got this. But Azeez did kind of come back into it and start firing more punches. Nevertheless, I totted up my card afterwards. I had it 77-75 for Sep. But a draw, I don't know. Yeah, I do think Dan Azeez kind of got out of jail a little bit with this one. And it certainly wasn't his best performance. But they do say, the old cliche, styles make fights. And the style of Sep, especially for a guy whose mind didn't look like it was 100% on the job, it was a bad matchup for Azeez. But he has got to learn from this. He's got to learn you can't take anyone, especially some unknown guy with a half-decent record. Can't take him lightly. And Dan will want to be rebuilding, after that. I mean, there's no shame in losing to Buatsi over 12. He got floored, I think, twice in the 11th, but he gave a good account of himself. He made it competitive against a very good, former Olympian and a guy who was undefeated and really should be fighting for world titles by now in his pro career. What's the excuse with Sep, though? I mean, apparently Sep back in the day, even though he's 38 now, he did have a half decent amateur career, but he hasn't torn up any trees as a pro. And you would think if Azeez wants to get back on the horse and start going all the way up to European level again, he's really got to be sort of outpointing someone like Sep quite widely. It didn't happen. But did you see this fight? What did you think of it? What was your opinion? Who did you think won? I had Sep the winner by 2 points. Maybe you thought Azeez edged it. Maybe you think the draw was fair. Comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please do that and support the channel, and also hit the like button as well, because they count them. I'm looking forward to reading what you've got to say, and plenty more boxing this weekend to come. I'll get you later. Bye for now.